Imagine realizing that the operating manual for your life was written in a language you were deliberately taught never to read. We mistake our modern intellectual culture for enlightenment, yet Steiner suggests that this purely logical mode of thinking is actually a thought corpse. It is a state of psychological mummification, where we engage only with what is dead and mineral, rather than the living forces behind it. Modern education functions by replacing the internal development of the soul with a diet of externalized facts. By teaching us what to think rather than how to perceive, the system casts a literal spell of language that restricts our reality to the definitions provided by others. Trapped in this literal, deadened mode of processing, we remain completely blind to the architects of our modern society and the massive symbolic rituals they perform in the open day after day. History unfolds as a series of intentional rituals. From this perspective, our cities are designed as more than just habitats. They function as terrestrial anchors, large-scale talismans designed to ground specific energies into the soil of our daily lives. Consider the Washington Monument. This monolithic structure is a precise recreation of an Egyptian obelisk. In the ancient mystery schools, this form represents the ray of the sun, a physical conduit meant to link the celestial source with the earthly plane. The monument stands exactly 555 feet, or 6,660 inches tall. This height resonates mathematically with the precessional number 72, referring to the slow wobble of the Earth's axis, and serves as a numeric signature for what the ancients called the number of man. Esoteric researchers like Jordan Maxwell point out that the domes and pillars of our government buildings act as symbolic components of a perpetual fertility ritual. The dome serves as the womb, or the mare of the sea, while the pillars represent the phallus, anchoring ancient biological mysteries into the seats of modern power. These monuments are connected by street grids that function like a macro circuit board. By constraining the physical movement of millions into specific geometric patterns, the architects synchronize the collective physical will of the population with the occult alignments of the city, effectively harvesting and directing the energetic output of the masses toward their central nodes. Lacking symbolic literacy, the average citizen is a blind participant in this architectural maze, providing the energy for a system they cannot even see. To find the exit, we must heed the Kabbalistic advice to open our eyes wide to the visible in order to know the invisible. Survival in the maze depends on shifting your perspective from the runner to the observer. The Clear Road Mystery School provides the specific methodology needed to step back and study the architect's blueprint. As Manly P. Hall taught, every visible object, every abstract thought, and every emotional reaction is a symbol of a deeper, eternal principle. Understanding these symbols is the first step toward releasing living truths from their lifeless coverings. The proof of hidden governance is printed directly onto our primary instrument of social control, the dollar bill. The base of its pyramid displays Novus Ordo Seclorum, or New Order of the Ages. This is a public declaration of a long-term enterprise influencing human development. The Clear Road curriculum goes beyond standard academic history. It delivers the functional, technical skills required to decode the master blueprint of our current reality. Step into the University of Symbolic Literacy. We begin with Astro-Theology and Sidereal Mythology. This study reveals how the ancient mystery schools mapped the mysteries of religion and government onto the stars, long before these traditions were sanitized and subverted for mass consumption. Next, we explore the energetic mechanics of the cosmos. Steiner suggests human will flows upward from Earth to the sun. In this reciprocal relationship, the universe's thought element rains back down on waves of moonlight, providing our capacity to reason. We then move to the reawakening of the polyphrenic mind, the ability to think with the whole brain. To do this, we use the original operating manuals of human consciousness, such as the tarot, which were designed to help the mind operate holistically and recognize patterns beyond the reach of simple logic. These disciplines provide the necessary pattern recognition software to navigate the psychological tempests of our age with clarity and purpose. The ultimate goal of this work is the disembalming of the modern mind. We are seeking to resurrect the living intelligence buried beneath centuries of rigid, mineralized thought. Mastering this symbolic literacy builds a profound resilience against systemic manipulation. When you can decipher the symbols used by media giants and politicians, their ability to change the way you think and act begins to evaporate. As your perception shifts, the world around you is transformed. What once seemed like a confusing and hostile environment becomes a legible canvas of universal truths waiting to be read. True freedom is ultimately a cognitive achievement. By breaking the linguistic and symbolic spells of the architects, you render their tools of mass deception entirely ineffective. This is the path to strategic sovereignty. It is the realization that you require no external leaders or intermediaries. You are your own priest, your own priestess, and your own sovereign authority. We stand on the shoulders of the master thinkers who preserved this insight through ages of suppression. Their work was dedicated to the spiritual uplift of humanity, even when the world around them preferred the dark. Do not wait for a savior or a mythical King Arthur to return and set things right. That power exists within you. It is time to step forward and crown yourself. The universe does not speak in phonetics. It speaks in symbols. It is time to learn the universal grammar. Enroll in the Clear Road Mystery School today. If you fail to learn the language of the architects, you will remain a prisoner to their spells forever. The choice to awaken is yours alone.